Hi, we are Rob and Ali, sharing with you our passion of all things cruise and travel. And don't we look a sight for sore eyes? You know? We look so touristy from head to toe, and that's because we're going on a tour.
We are in Noumea. We've booked on the Dumbea Kayaking and Swimming. We've got off the ship, we're at the industrial port, so we've got off the ship at the front of the ship. Tour bus is already waiting, they've taken our tickets. This is a half-day tour, we're starting at 1 o'clock. I can't remember the cost, but I'll put it down the bottom. I think it was 100 and something, but I'll put the cost down the bottom. So
I was just going to say, one tip for people going on a tour from a ship: please listen to the directions from the ship and not from other passengers who want to mean well.
Yes, some chaps just tried to tell us that we needed to go into town, and so we were told by the ship that it would meet here, so anyway, that's fine. We'll get on the bus and off to the tour.
Okay.
We're on the bus. The tour guide said it's going to be about half an hour to the river. Take all our stuff off, and we've got places there that we can leave in. So we'll settle back for a half-hour ride and view and have a look at the countryside.
Well, because half an hour isn't too long, but it's enough to be able to see the countryside, I think. Yeah.
And talking of which, right out of our window now, it's a beautiful day. This is an absolutely gorgeous day. She was pretty much right on time with the half hour, with just a few minutes over half an hour. We've stopped by the side of the road here. Just that coach has stopped by the side of the road on this little track.
Yeah, just got out. But so you didn't get a guide on that little bus journey, so we didn't get told anything along the way. But it was a nice, pleasant journey with
tell us what we're doing
air
now.
conditioning.
Our guide has told us that we've got to walk down this path a little way, where we're going to meet the chap who's going to tell us about the kayak and what the program today is going to be. So we're walking down this path here. It's not too bad, it's just a dirt path. Not too difficult.
Yeah, it's nice and dry. It makes it easier.
It is nice and dry. It might not be too good if it's well, I'm all over the place here. One of the things that we do need on this tour is closed toe shoes, so we've bought our reef shoes. Okay, we are literally just a few steps down the path. We've got to location kayak paddle, BTT adventure propulsion. We're on a grassy field now. I can see some kayaks. This must be where we are actually going. We've got our kayaks. We can either have single or double. We are dragging them down this track. We had a choice of either single or double kayaks. We've just dragged them down this little track here, not too far, and into the water. We're almost all out on the river now, so we're all on our kayaks, our single or doubles. I was trying to sort of sort herself out here.
Yeah.
If I want to turn that way, do I do this side? No.
So I am loaded up with sun cream and spray, mosquito spray.
How are you going there?
I'm going very well.
Going in a straight line now as well, I see.
Yes.
Down to where everybody else is. So it looks like we are going to be getting out of here, carrying our kayaks, maybe across some shallow water. The guide, or the tour guide, did say there was some shallow water and we may have to get out and walk them. And it looks like this might be the first one. The water is getting a little bit shallow. Yep, that's exactly what's happening. We're getting out, we're dragging them across these stones and then back into the water on the other side. Here's our guide Cyril, powering on. Ooh. Now these stones are a little bit tricky, and the current is bringing my kayak sideways. I'm not entirely convinced this is the best thing for the bottom of these kayaks, but they seem to be pretty tough, pretty hardy. They're fairly heavy as well. to pull along. Our friend Nick has just taken one of the cameras to take a picture of us paddling side by side. It'd be interesting to see what that footage comes out like, because I don't think we were too coordinated and we kept just banging into each other. I'm not really sure how it'll come out, but it'll be fun. It'll be fun having a look back and seeing what we actually looked like paddling or trying to paddle together. Here we go again.
Very professional.
Yes, I think it will look very professional. I think, you know, I've got a feeling that the tour company may want to use it as a training video. So, yeah, see how we go.
Like magnets we are, can't stay away from each other.
You are catching up. You must have got something there, surely.
There we go. Give a smile.
We're paddling down the river here, and this almost looks like one of those American wilderness movies with the mountain in the background, and we're all paddling down to our death one by one. We're going to get picked off. Or maybe it's just an overactive imagination. We're all going to be okay. We've only gone a few more meters and all of a sudden we've gone from Yosemite National Park or some other American wilderness park to the UK Lake District. I think we've been paddling for around about half an hour now, something like that. It's been a lovely gentle paddle through some beautiful trees, and we're coming to our second hop out of the water stop just up here. We've come across a bit of a waterfall here. Hopefully you'll be able to navigate the waterfall.
Thank you.
So we've just come down this river down here, and we've just dragged our kayaks over this little area here to go down the continuation of the river over here. At some stage we're going to stop and have a little swim, which is will be most welcome because it's quite hot paddling these kayaks. Looks like we are getting out here. Again, doesn't seem to be going anywhere, so this may very well be where we are going to stop for a little swim. So let's see if we can find a parking spot. It looks to be pretty full. All the parking spots there are taken. We'll go right on in here. Okay, so we paddled probably for about 45 minutes down to this beautiful little swimming hole area where we're going to just cool off, because believe it or not, when you're on the water it does get quite sweaty with those life jackets on underneath. It's yeah, I'm not sure whether this is the water, I'm not sure whether this is the river water or whether it's sweat. So we're going to go in here, have a little dip, cool off.
It was nice and relaxing. The water was downhill the whole way here, wasn't it?
It was.
We now have to go uphill on the way back. I'm only kidding. I told one of the little boys that, and he just went, "Dad!" Anyway, but it's absolutely beautiful. You can see to the bottom of the water, so it's not too deep, but because the river does not flow too much, it's really clear. It's not muddy at all, and they do not have alligators, crocodiles, poisonous snakes or poisonous spiders here, and there aren't any leeches either, so it's perfect.
Let's get in the water then.
I bet it's
no
cold
danger
though, but that's the only downside.
We'll soon find out. Off you go.
Do I have to?
Yes.
I have to go in, do I? And prove that I actually
Yes.
got in and went, oh dear.
Mommy, what?
Actually, it's not too cold.
Is it not?
It's not too cold at all.
Beautiful. Let's have a swim then. Local guys here are jumping in the water from the side. They just climbed up this tree before. I missed it, but they climbed up this tree right the way up to probably about here, and then jumped off into the water.
You have an audience now. There's no going back.
You're on YouTube.
Yeah.
YouTube.
No! Woo! If I was just a tad younger, I would be up there having a go myself. Okay,
Well, it's not that long ago since we jumped off a bridge in Cairns.
my eyes are going, yes, I want to have a go. Thing is, I don't think I'd be able to haul myself up there. If there were steps, I'd definitely give it a go.
Yeah.
Woohoo!
Oh, I reckon that's got a hurt. That was lucky. I just caught Alison trying to climb up the banks to jump off into the river. I had to remind her that it's quite likely that our travel insurance would not cover any medical costs should she hurt herself. She came back down fairly quickly.
Keep away from those sticks. Oh my god, they could be in here.
I suspect you said it.
It's better than hanging around on street corners.
Yeah, this is true.
Oh wow!
We are out of the water now, and we have got some juice. It's quite warm though. It's warm juice. We've had our swim, we've had our juice. Now it's time to get back in the kayaks and paddle back up the river to where we stopped there. I think he said there is one place that we will need to get out and walk the kayaks, and then we'll be back. I was going in the river now. Old hand at this now. Getting in the kayak. Ah, yes. With the grace of, well, just gracefully. Let's just say that. It's okay. All right. Disgracefully. That's more like it. Yeah. Okay. Off we go.
This is absolutely beautiful, and it's at times like this that you realise this is why you come away on holiday. I could just do this endlessly. It's like a dream doing this. Just pan down there. Look at that.
And that's how far we are behind the other group. We better catch up. And here we are, getting out of the water, crossing the waterfall again. Okay, now we've got to navigate through this little waterway here. Yeah. Oh, perfect. How good was that? Would you? No, we're going straight for the rocks. There you go. Should have kept my mouth shut, shouldn't I? Okay. Beat ya. Thank you. Over. That's nice of a local to help us through those little rocks. There you go, you see. When I was going like, oh, perfect, straight the way through, I should have kept my mouth shut because, well, they say pride comes before a fall. Thankfully, I didn't fall though. Now we're paddling down here. It is now 3:30. Everybody on board by 4:30. We have got to get back. We've got to take our kayaks out. We've got to drag them up to the hut, and we've got a half hour trip back. So I'm thinking we're going to be cutting it fine, which is one of the reasons for booking a ship's tour, is that if we weren't on a ship booked tour now, I would be starting to panic a little bit and worry whether we were going to get back in time. But as it is, because there's a guarantee the ship will wait for us, I am not concerned at all. Okay, this is where we're getting out now. It is a little bit rocky, it's a little bit slippy underfoot as well, so you need to be very careful. We're pulling the kayaks over these rocks and then down this little inlet here. So I need to concentrate on the footing. Don't want to turn my ankle or do anything worse. We were actually closer to the get out point than I thought, so no need to panic on time. It's now, what, 3:45, we've got 45 minutes, got a 30-minute drive back to the ship, all on board by 4:30, so we'll do it in plenty of time. As I said, like, that's one of the benefits of getting a ship's tour. If something had gone wrong and it would have been late, and something still could, but yes, I'm anticipating it not doing, then you've got that security. So that was a fantastic day. We'll do a roundup when we get back to the ship. That was a great tour. That was a great tour. Not too long a coach ride. We must have had maybe about an hour or so, maybe a bit longer, of actual paddling, swimming.
Yeah.
Some of the local guys were doing some jumping and diving and showing off a little bit, and it was a lovely, relaxing. Well, when I say relaxing, it's like you were paddling, but it wasn't too energetic paddling.
I would say you don't really need a level of fitness to do that particular tour, but you do have to be able to sort of be a little bit bendy, a little bit agile to get in and out of the canoes.
And walking over some of those rocks.
Some of the rocks were a little bit slimy in areas, so you did need that footwear that you could grip on. Yeah. But apart from that, you didn't need to be particularly fit to do it.
So that was Dumbea River Kayak and Swimming. We really enjoyed it. Definitely recommend that. If you've liked this video, please hit like, hit subscribe, and hit the notification button if you want to see more of our videos. That's it from our
I'm clapping
tour.
Because I always clap when I'm excited, and I actually really loved that.
It was very good. It was very good, wasn't it? So I've done like and subscribe, hasn't it? Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video from the Dumbea River and Noumea for this trip. We'll say bye for now. See you next time.
I must just tell, I know I always have to have the last word, but this is worth me saying. The handle of your GoPro is actually in your beer.
That really wasn't worth even putting it. She seriously, you're dredging the bottom of the barrel, finding things now.
Just to have the last word.
All right. Bye for now.